I got these solar powered pool lights sent to me to make a video about. The nice thing about these solar powered pool lights right here is they got a string on them. So the cord's just wound up in there. So you can wind the cord up like that, or you can unwind it. And then that gives you plenty of room there. So you can have this attached to your pool wall. It comes with some little glue right here, and you can attach it to an in-ground or an above-ground pool wall. You just glue this magnet on there onto your pool wall, and then this just attaches to it right there with the magnet. And then you connect this right here to your solar panel. You got the 4 solar panels and 4 lights here. And then each light has a little connector on there. And you connect this in here. It's got some pins, and then there's lines on there. You just line those lines up. If you can't see the connector, you just take the bottom off here. You just take the clamp off. And then there's the connector on there. And you look for the little line right there. And then you want to line your lines up. There's a line on each side there. Push it together, and then you have a good connection and a nice watertight seal there. And then you can just put this back on here, however you want there. Here's everything that comes in the box. It also comes with a remote control. You can control all the lights with a remote control. It says up to 50 feet away underwater. You got a power button here. I think you just push the button, you get all different kinds of colors there. It's got a lot of different colors to choose from. You can also do it all with the remote right here. So yeah, these look pretty nice. I like all the different colors you can choose from. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set these up out in the pool. I'll show you how I attached it to the pool wall here with the glue there. And then if you wanna turn it off, you just hold the button down and then that turns it off. And then we'll get them all charged up with the solar panels, and then I'll show you how they look at night. This is the underwater pool lights right here. They got a magnetic strip on the back that connects to another magnetic strip that's glued to the pool wall. And then I got all these connected in here to these watertight connectors right there. And these will power them up with the sun, and then we'll be able to run the lights there at night. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the pool there, and then we'll see how they look tonight. The first step is to clean the pool walls really good. I got the PebbleTech pool, and it's kind of rough right here, so I'm using a metal brush to scrub it really good. Plus I got a little bit of algae on my pool wall, so I want to get this really clean before I glue these down. And then after that, I'm going to use a spray brush right here, a spray hose, to clean this off. If you have an in-ground pool or a vinyl pool, you just use a sponge to clean it up real good before you glue it down. Here's the glue here. There's a little poker in the cap, so you just take the cap off and then you use this little poker, and then that'll open up the glue so you can apply it to the magnetic clamp here. You just put a couple of rows of the glue here on the back. One mistake I made when I was done is it said here that you're supposed to use about 1/4 of the tube for each application. And so I had some left here, so I didn't use quite enough. So I did 2 rows, so I'd recommend that you do 3 rows, and then that way you'll have plenty of glue on here. But yeah, I just used 2 rows, and it stuck pretty good, but just to be safe, I would go with 3 rows. And then you just take it down here and you put it on the pool wall here, and then it says you hold it in place and try not to move it for 90 seconds. So I'm just gonna hold it here for 90 seconds and we'll let it dry. All right, there we go. That's been 90 seconds. That should be good. Yeah, it looks like it's still holding on there. All right, now it says you should let it dry for 24 hours. You can see how it looks there with the solar panel and then the light against the wall there. Looks real nice. Just gonna go ahead and drop this down in here and connect it to that little magnetic strip there that I got glued to the wall. So I got this in the sun here. Then I got the light down there. All right, we'll just let these little solar panels charge these lights up in the sun, and then we'll come back out here tonight and see how they look. All right, there it is. You can see how it looks here at night all lit up. So yeah, these pool lights are really nice. And it's really nice that they come with a remote too. It's really cool that you can change the different colors on there. So you can see there it's got your on, and it's got a timer, and it's got an off, and then it's got a brightness on here. You got a flash half, a flash smooth, and then you got a fade, and then you got your white, and then you got your RGB here and your different versions of it there. You got a 2-hour timer, a set, and then a 4-hour timer on the bottom there. All right, here's the remote right here. That first color on there's the white. Now we'll do the red. So you can see how the red looks there. Now we'll change it to the G for green. So you can see the green over there. Looks really nice. And then we'll do the B for the blue. So you can see how the blue looks. And then we'll go to the different versions there. We'll go. You can see how nice that looks. And then we'll go back to the yellow one, the R for the red. And then back to white. So yeah, you can turn them on and off that way. Just make sure you turn the lights on before you put them in the pool, or you go into the pool and turn them on. And then that way you can use the remote to control them. You can see how bright they make the pool there. You can see the pool vac in there vacuuming. So it really lights the pool up really nice. And then when you're done, you just turn them off. You can see the difference there with them on and off.